Scuderia Ferrari Racing News magazine fully dedicated to the F150. 150 like the 150 years of the Italian unity. So, with the magic of the night here in Maranello, let's start discovering the new Formula 1 car for the 2011 season. First of all, the stickering, fundamental. Come with us!
We are here in the assembly line of the Gestione Sportiva. Today is the day before the presentation of our new car to the world's media. It is a very important day. Basically, we've been working together with our technical office already for months in adapting the livery of the car to the new shape of the 2011 car. It is very important to make sure that the contractual commitment that we have with our partners are respected. Therefore, there is a lot of work and energy being put in the adequation of our sponsors' logo, shapes, colors to be adapted to the actual car in order to optimize the livery of the car and the brand visibility of each and single of our partners.
The night before the launch of a new car is always very special. There's a lot of work to do because we have to prepare all the communication material which will be distributed the day after, both on site to the media who will attend the launch and on the website and through the normal channels, TV and so on. We are the very last to have the car available for this purpose. We arrive after our colleagues of the sponsorship department who have refined the livery, the final details of the livery of the car. Then we have the car, and you see that behind my shoulders. And we have a long night ahead of us to do all the shots of the new challenge we will have for the next championship. As I said before, it's very special. There's always a very nice atmosphere. We are always the same group of photographers, cameramen, and so on. And we live this night as something, as a party, which happens every year, usually the last part of January. The day of the launch begins very early in the morning, after we finished the official photo session. We'll bring the car to the location where we do the ceremony, and we do the last test, lights and development of the event itself. This day is very long because we have to deal with a lot of people, not only the guests of the sponsors, but mainly the media representatives. This year we have more than 100 people attending the event, coming from 13 different countries. But also we don't have only to deal with them, to make them, to put them in the best condition to do their job, but also we have to feed all the media all over the world with all the information available about the new car. The day of the launch is the last stage of a work which has begun 3-4 weeks ago, when we freeze the day when we do the launch. At that time it starts a series of activities which involve several departments, not only the communication department but also the sponsorship department and the marketing event department. Thanks to this teamwork, we arrived to prepare all the details of the ceremony. It's a work which involves a total of 15-20 people. And usually every time we arrive to the morning of the launch, we keep all the fingers crossed, all the fingers available, because it's always a very, very tense moment, very emotional one. And we always looking forward that everything goes okay. So far, everything has gone very well. Let's hope that it happens again this year.
As every year, today is a very special day. It's a special day for many reasons. There is the hope for the season. We know that our people has worked very, very hard to prepare this very innovative Formula One, but until the first race, we don't know what the other teams has done. So we hope, and that there is also emotion as every start of the season, together with our sponsor, with our technicians, with our people. So it's, as always, a very special day. On the other hand, we know that the next season will be very competitive, and this is a special moment for Ferrari, because we have just closed a fantastic year in terms of economic results, market results. We have beaten our historic record of sales in United States, in China. Fantastic year. We are in the process to present this very interesting car, FF, the first Ferrari with a four-wheel drive, 4 seats, very innovative, with a huge, unique, extreme performance. For us was a challenge to be in condition to be able to build a car that is a racing car, but with 4 seats and with a lot of luggage and four-wheel drive, so good to be driven in every condition, in the snow and in the asphalt and with the rain. On the other hand, we know that the competition will be very tough. We have the Italian flag on the Formula One, because this year we celebrate in Italy 150 years of Italia Unita, and we have hope. I know that we have two good drivers. Fernando, the first season with Ferrari, did fantastic races, and he proved last year to be the best driver in the world. And I'm very confident also that Felipe this year can do a good season since at the beginning of the season, because he can repeat his fantastic season 2008. So I'm very confident, but I'm also I'm looking forward to see the other teams. We know that we have to win. This is the only thing we can say. It's easy to say, it's difficult to do, but we are trying very, very hard.
When you live this day on the launch of a new car, is a moment where basically you synthesize the work of all the people that are working in Ferrari, and we start this new season with a new car, with a lot of change in terms of regulations, with the fact that we need to work straight away on the reliability, considering that there are so many new elements, tires, curves, different regulation, that would be important to start with no problem at the beginning, to score the maximum points that we can. And then we have a good couple of drivers that for different reasons want to show their value, and we are looking forward to start the season knowing that it will be tough, knowing that the competitors are very strong. We don't have to underestimate anything on that, and then we will see.
Very important day. Obviously, first day of a new car is always a special feeling, some kind of hope in the whole Ferrari team. A lot of work has been done in this car, a lot of months of work, and now finally we see the car physically. So now we start 2011 season with a lot of challenge for us, challenging year with new rules again, curves, Pirelli tires, and some new modifications. So, you know, it will be interesting to watch, and hopefully we can do well.
Well, the feeling is definitely when you see the car, you know, ready with the color red, but also with the sponsor, the car ready to go to the track is always a good feeling. Definitely, it's not the first time I see the car, you know, because in the last months we were working, you know, to developing the car, to build the car in the wind tunnel, also on the garage to make the right position on the seat for the visibility and everything. And now is the first time we see the car. But definitely now is when we're going to start to drive the car, which is the most important thing for the driver. And now is the time we're going to start to work, you know, for the developing on the track, from now to the first race, from the first race to the end of the championship, which we know how important is, you know, the improvement race by race. And I hope the good feeling is just the beginning of a good championship.
This year we had quite a lot rule changes in various aspects and areas of the car. The main aspect is the aerodynamic side. We do not have anymore the double diffuser, so there is a new geometry of the diffuser itself, less powerful, so we have to do a big effort in order to recover performance on the back of the car. A new rear wing concept, again imposed by a new rule to improve the show, will have a big impact in the back end of the car, and new chassis dimensions. So all these aspects has forced us to review in a deep way a lot of areas of the car. The KERS is coming back, so again the chassis area has been reviewed, and new tires, so again around new tires we have developed new suspension concept, new suspension geometry, and the weight distribution. There is a more defined range of weight distribution, which forced us to review again the overall layout of the car. So all in all, a big change.
In 2011 there is still the engine freezing, so there was not so many chances to develop the engine in terms of pure performance. But we worked a lot to improve engine reliability. For this we have redesigned the pneumatic system, the valve actuation system, to improve the reliability after some problem we occurred in 2010. In 2011 we can introduce again the KERS. Ferrari had a lot of experience during 2009, but this year we have a big tank. The KERS is inside the tank, so it was fundamental to have a very small system. So we try to reduce the volume with respect to our 2009 version, to reduce its weight and to improve its efficiency. On top of this also, safety is a critical issue for KERS, and we didn't want to reduce at all any impact on safety for the KERS new design. It's also important to remark that all the development of the KERS in Ferrari has been done according to a strict budget control. We wanted to limit the development budget, but also the operative costs of the system, in order to be able to provide the system, the Ferrari system, to our customer team with a reduced costs.
Hello, I'll give you some details of the new car. This year we have a lot of new regulations for which we've had to design this new car. The most important ones of which are the new aerodynamic regulations, the elimination of the double diffuser, and that has been a very important very important element of this new design. Other rules that are very relevant, one is the fact that we have new tires, the Pirelli tires, and the other one is that we have the reintroduction of the KERS system. I will explain all of that in due course. If I give you a brief description of the car starting from the front, you will perhaps observe that this wing at the moment is the actual wing of last year. The reason is that we are still developing and putting the final touches onto the wing for the first race, which will be quite different and will be quite a big step forward compared to this wing. Going a bit further back, you will also see that we've raised the whole car, the whole chassis, very high, and we had to redesign the front suspension to be compatible with this chassis in order to improve the flow under the car. As a consequence, the driver also has to sit up a bit higher, and the air inlet is also a bit higher to not lose any performance in the engine. Onto the side pods, we have managed, due to this new design of the chassis, to also undercut the side pods by a lot more, because that improves the flow going towards the rear of the car. At the center of the car, not visible from outside, right under the fuel tank, is the new curve system. That is the kinetic energy recovery system, which has been allowed by the new rules. Further back, we've had to repackage completely the exhaust system in order to be able to make the rear of the car very narrow. The exhausts themselves actually blow in this low area here, and we have studied the flow of the exhaust going towards the rear of the car, and that has a very beneficial effect. As I've mentioned before, we've tried to make the rear of the car very narrow. That means that we had to redesign completely the rear suspension, moving some of the internal elements of it much further forward in order to be able to have a much narrower rear part of the car. Coming to the back of the car, we have two important differences. One is the rear wing. This here we have a movable rear flap allowed by the regulations to facilitate overtaking. So essentially we have an actuator which moves this flap at a different angle when the regulations permit it, and that would make overtaking easier. Another element which is very important, obviously, is, as I mentioned before, is the diffuser. The new rules have eliminated the double diffuser and have limited the height of the diffuser. So as a result, what you see here is much lower than what we had last year, and actually much more simple, and quite a lot of performance has been lost due to that, for which we've had to work to recuperate in other areas of the car. All of that which I've mentioned has now to be matched together with the new Pirelli tyres. The Pirelli tyres have a fundamentally different performance and different characteristics to the Bridgestone tyres, so we had to readapt parts of the suspension and parts of the essentially the way the wheel moves and the damping and all that, in order to make all of that package compatible with the new Pirelli tyres.
The new Ferrari F150 is ready for the challenge. Now, here at the Fiorano track, the first steps for a filming day promotional event. And see you soon again with Scuderia Ferrari Racing News.
Ieri è stata più una giornata di qualche ripresa, abbiamo, come sapete, un nuovo logo, nuova livrea sulla macchina, quindi abbiamo utilizzato per fare riprese e fare un po' di filming. Mi sembra una macchina molto bilanciata, molto bella.